Boop boop beep boop. So, hi, I'm Caleb. I've got my phone set up on a little tripod. This is my companion Carol. We're gonna be drawing. See if I can tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna be coloring actually. So I've been working on this, filling this in for a while. Right now I'm just doing the hair on Miles' suit. So today was one of those days, man. I woke up and things just weren't happening the way I wanted them to. That's what you call God's plan. That's okay, because it led me right here with you. Coloring in my favorite comic book hero, Spider-Man. With his fresh hairdo. Super fresh hairdo. Like, how does it even fit in the dang... You know, how does it fit in his mask? I bet when he comes out of the mask, it goes poof! And, like, just completely blows up like a jumping castle. You know what I'm saying? But, like, instantaneous jumping castle. Kind of like mine does. When I take it out of the bun, it just kind of goes poof. Now my companion Carol, she's pretty bored. Because we were just laying down getting our rest in. But now, we've got a adventure started. So what I'm doing here is I'm just like doing how my mom used to color in with my books. I used to have a Spider-Man coloring book. You know, the old ones with the kind of browned pages, like newspaper-y pages. I'm just gonna adjust this so you're looking at me while I'm drawing. So I can't really get my pod low enough so you can see the entire coloring. So the old newspaper-y coloring book pages, what she would do is first she would do the trace, kind of the outline of the object that she was filling in, and then she would fill it with the pencil afterwards with longer strokes. She would do darker strokes, darker, faster, heavier strokes on the outline to keep the object nice and safe. And then she would kind of scribble in the rest like I'm about to do with longer, lighter strokes. It gives a nice, unique filling. Makes it look crisp. I like crisp. Like some French fries. So speaking of my favorite comic book hero, I've actually just beaten Spider-Man on the PS5 on stream for Twitch at twitch.tv/BALEBBBBB. That's Baleb. That's my name with a B at the beginning. And that's me. And not because I'm gang affiliated. I'm just me. Although at one point in time, I thought, wow, the color of my hair is red, you know? And that's about the only connection I made with any of that, so. I'm just a Christian boy, coloring. Back to the comic books. The sheer amount of them I have is quite disgusting, if you will, from anyone outside of the comic book community's perspective. It's like, why do you have all these if you aren't reading them 24/7? So if you want to see the collection one day, let me know in the comments. We can get that hooked up real fast. Maybe even do a reading together. Wouldn't mind that at all. And I want to know, what was your favorite Spider-Man game on the newest generation console out of the 3 current ones? Because there's Miles Morales, which I think might be my favorite. There's the second one, the current one, which has a lot of potential that's kind of untapped, if you know what I mean. Like the cutscenes, the allusion, the foreshadowing. It leads us to believe there's going to be a lot of really good stuff in the future. Really, really good stuff. Like Doctor Strange. If no one's played the second game, it's been out for a while, so I'm going to keep spoiling. Or I can release some of the gameplay footage. I'm pretty sure Venom symbiote's been destroyed, so it kind of takes out the possibility of Null, and kind of takes out the possibility of, unless they have some kind of plot device, of Carnage and let's see, Green Goblin is a possible enemy, and so is Morlun, who's like the captive for Cindy Moon, which is Silk. She was introduced in the very last cutscene of the game, which was pretty cool. It was awkward, and it was teen romance, which made it awkward. But that's the point. It's supposed to be awkward. Love is weird, love is strange, but love is good. Love is what this universe was made from. Our God produced us in His image in a loving way. I'm going to sharpen my pencil, my potential. And He made me with a strong magnetic attraction to the superhero Spider-Man. That's for a reason. And I believe it's for right now. Coloring in this mofo. Excuse my language. Show you a little progress shot. I've been yapping here for about 8 minutes. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Got the hair almost done. And then the other Spider-Man. So Miles is the center of attention because he's pretty sick, especially in the movie continuity, the cartoon Spider-Verse, everything. And then I've got on the right, I believe that's, you know who, old Tobyster, the Tobster. And on the left, there was a series I read on the Marvel Unlimited app, and that's who that was the inspiration that I took when drawing him. and it was called Infinite Comics, and it was a phone version where it kind of scrolled like Instagram. You could go straight up and down, or Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it now. It was a good comic. It involved Spot, and he was going in to other universes to find himself and absorb the life energy. In other words, he was killing the other versions of himself. Pretty twisted stuff. Pretty twisted, if I do say so. There were some Miles comics that I was reading through the same app, which I do recommend, so you don't have to go pick anything up at the store. Or for instance, if you don't like a comic, you've got it digitally, so you don't have to keep it. Or, go back to the store and trade it in. And the one in question was a Miles comic. And he was unlocking his powers basically, and they made him really sick. He felt really alone, but Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel and everybody was there for him. And I believe it was the same line. Well, let's not talk about what happened after I stopped reading, because I think it was the end of the comics where he basically reached his teenage potential and unlocked like the Venom power, the Venom strike, like the game. And they were coming from his fingertips and everything. And that is the hair finished in black. Now moving over to Spider-Man's mask. I'm just going to show you real quick. That was my camera turning sound. Alright, thank you.